Hi, welcome to the replay. My name is Eileen. I am an independent designer with Couture. I feel like I was just stumbling over my words there. So tonight, there's just, well, I guess it's starting to be nice out. There was just a little gnat in here. Tonight I'm going to be using the Club Couture transfer for March, and it's called Botanicals. So what Club Couture is, each month they have a transfer, and then you get, well, not these chalk pastes, but you would get three chalk pastes that they kind of like coordinate together, so that you can, have like a little surprise every month. It's a good surprise. So, and they also do, like on Club Couture's YouTube channel, they do like a video on like how to do it and everything. Plus you get directions sent to you. But I mean, if you've ever used it before or seen somebody use it, it's kind of pretty self-explanatory. So you'll notice that the transfers are a little different than they used to be. If you look, they're very, I don't know, thin, or I don't even want to say thin, more, that is the word I'm looking for, transparent. And of course, I don't have one. The only one I have, like right by me, is a new one too. Hold on. I think I have an old one here. Okay, it's old one and an old one. See how, I'll just take this out for you. They're always making improvements with the product, so that's good. So see how this one is it's like much thicker, and you can't see through this part. I mean, obviously you could see through the screen part, but you can't see through the teal part. This is really helpful, which you'll see in the project we're doing today, to be able to see through, to line things up, or to position the pieces exactly where you want them. So if you're not familiar with Couture, so this side is sticky, and this is like, just kind of, if you used color forms when you were little, it's like that paper that the color forms were stored on. So now this is the first time I'm using this, so I want to make sure that I get a little bit of fuzz on there. Oh my gosh, this gnat is like driving me crazy. All right. No, it's like 60, I don't know, was it like 50 something, 60 degrees today? All right, so I just want to get a little bit of fuzz on there, just so that it doesn't like really stick like super well to my piece here. So this is, oh my gosh, always the dog hair. Well, it's not in an important spot. I think it's like, no, it is on this side. Hold on. The dogs don't even come in here, but I guess it's just, you have a dog, it's in your house, you know? Okay, well, it's not on the design, so it just really shows up now. All right, so I'm going to only be using, I'm going to be using certain parts of this. So I'll just kind of position it. And you could go through before you do something like this and measure to make sure that you have enough space for exactly what you want to do, which I did beforehand. So I'm just going to double check to make sure. Okay. I just have to make sure I have enough room right here. So I'm not going to use this piece because I don't like that it's like pointed in that direction. I'm actually going to take this flower and bring it over here after. So get the squeegee. I know I said this when I was on the other day, but I feel so rusty from like not being live. Like I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So I want to give myself a little reminder where to stop with the chalk paste, because sometimes I get going and I'm just, you know. So I'm gonna just put a little piece of the tape there, and then kind of just like a little reminder to myself that I don't want to do this flower. So sometimes I'll just do that, just so I don't mess up. And we're also gonna not do the butterfly on this, like this pass. We're gonna put it on there, but so I'm just gonna take a little paste and go over, and we don't have to worry about like the whole transfer, just where the open areas are. And I'm just going to go right up to my little tape line right there. And then this one, I'm going to like come down to about here. So I'm just going to kind of do that so I don't forget and bring it off the edge of the surface. So this board I'm using, this is just a board that I had. It's not a chalk couture board. And it just has like cream colored chalk paint on it. And I've put some on there and I sanded it and put another coat on there. Okay, I just want to make sure I have all these little areas. Just kind of scoop off my extra. And I'll just put that there. Okay, so now I'm going to go, and I'm just going to really quick hit this with the blow dryer so that I can then put the transfer back on and not have to worry about anything. So before I do that, I'm going to just close up my paste. I don't want to put any hot air on there and dry that out. So this is just going to take a second, and I apologize for the noise. And I'm just going to do it on low. I love the look of, they're doing a lot more designs that have that, I don't know, it makes me think of like pen and ink, kind of. Or like the coloring pages. Because I just want to make sure that this is dry, so that when I lay the transfer back down, I don't lift the design. That should be good. Of course, my hands are so cold, I can't tell. So I'm not gonna like press it like really hard over those areas anyway, but I do want to make sure I don't mess it up. So this is exactly what I mean. Like if you look now, I can clearly see how close or far I am from that other flower. I don't know. I don't want to make it. I had the idea in my head, and then I wasn't really sure how I wanted to put it. So I think I'm going to go right about here. Actually, you know what? Let's do the butterfly first. So this is another little trick you can do. You can kind of just like lay your backer sheet there. Oops. I want to lay the backer sheet so that the butterfly is actually off of it. And the reason I'm doing this, I just want to give a little more space around the butterfly. So I'm just going to put it like that. And I'm just going to press it down just right there. So I had a couple of ideas for this transfer, but I have like this problem of I get ideas and I'm like, oh, I need to buy this and this and this to do that. And I'm like really trying to not buy stuff, because if you saw my craft room, I have plenty of things. I'll just peel that up. And now, just to be extra careful, I'm just going to hit that with the dryer. Okay, so now we're just going to use this side over here. And I'm just going to actually lay it right on. Oops. I'm going to give us enough room here. Oops, I did the same thing again. Okay. I kept like catching the little end of the leaf right there. So now we'll just put this one, thinking like right about here. So same thing, I'm not going to press it down there. And we're just not going to look at the dog hair that's right there. All right, and then same idea. I don't want to come all the way to the edge. So I want to just kind of remind myself, I'm just going to put my finger there, but if you wanted to put a little piece of tape or something, you could do that. It's just funny with the dog hair, because after I did the last live and I had it, I guess it was like on my like little fuzzing towel, I took the lint roller to it and there was like nothing on there, so I don't know. And also be careful of the where they have like the information, like the copyright information. So since they've done this little change of the transfers being a little more translucent, there was a little error made, and that is actually the open mesh, just like the transfer itself. Okay, so I'm just going to peel that up. I'm just going to leave this on here for the moment. And I just have a little paste on my finger, and I don't want to get it on my board. Actually, I have quite a bit. Okay, so now again, same thing. And I'm only doing this drying it because I keep moving the transfer around, and obviously I don't want to mess up what I've done. But now we're going to come back in right over here. And actually this time we probably didn't really even need to do that. So now I'm going to reposition my transfer. And I'm still going to just use the backer sheet. It makes it a little like more manageable too, because it's not sticking to your, your counter or your table or whatever. And now I'm going to line this up so that the words here are like the stem. So I was trying to like come up with a little bit of a different, oops, there is a dog hair there. A little like different use than just putting it down and, just a simple, going over it with the, just going over it with the paste. is like driving me crazy. I don't even know if it would even show if I just... I don't know if I just notice it more because the transfers are like transparent, but like I just didn't notice it before because I couldn't really see through them as well. And I'm just kind of, you know, eyeballing it, putting it kind of in the middle there. All right, and now I do want to be careful because I have these little stems right here, so I don't want to go too wild with my paste. And I'm, you know, close to the edge. So that's why, like, even using the squeegees that are, let me just get a different one because there's a lot kind of starting to dry on there. So, yeah, what was I going to say? The squeegees that are sometimes like the bigger ones, I don't know. I tend to like use the tiny squeegees like all the time. I just feel like it's a little bit easier for me anyway. And I actually will take the squeegees and like cut them. Make like little teeny ones, especially if you're doing something with like a lot of different colors in it. Hopefully I got everything. I feel like Oop. I don't know why I'm like, I can't get that little piece. Sometimes too, when the design is like a fine opening, like this is a little bit finer. There we go. Okay. And I'm sorry that it was upside down the whole time too, but ooh. Okay. I got a little bit on there. So like that little spot right there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a spot right here. It probably was on the edge of the transfer or something. I can go back and I have like this color. I have a paste that's that color. I could try to go over it. I could very carefully take a little, you know, like a little tissue that's wet. Sometimes you can get lucky once it's dried and just like chip it off, but it doesn't really bother me. Or I could just take, you know, wash my transfer and go back and put a leaf right over it. But so that is our project for tonight. So it's just a really quick project and a different way to kind of use this transfer. So you could see we didn't use that flower. That was all. If this board was like a little bit wider, I could have done it that way. But well, thanks so much for watching and have a great night.